per Adrian Wojnarowski, and is headed to potentially, going like this anywhere. So Woj was on our show earlier saying and reporting that while Phoenix and Miami are specific destinations that he has circled, half of the league is called, and by the time I'm saying this now, I'm sure it's up to 3/4, 7/8 of the league that is called and inquired about Kevin Durant. But the domino, right, is could we see Kyrie Irving also be on the move, Perk?
Yeah, absolutely. I think he's gone. And I think he's gone before the season, whether they trade him or buy him out. Look, one thing about it is that I receive information. I heard what Woj said. So I don't see Kyrie Irving being in the Brooklyn Nets jersey. But again, since we switched stations, let me say this again. How proud I am of Kevin Durant. I am, and I'm not even trying to be funny, for the simple fact that I'm so happy he finally put his foot down and stopped dealing with all the shenanigans and being the one showing up to work, being the one being reliable, being loyal to this organization, doing everything in his power to make this happen. And then all of a sudden he got tired of it. I'm proud that he took matters into his own hands, and no one should be mad at him about it.
Well, and let's make no mistake. If there is no KD in Brooklyn, there is no Kyrie in Brooklyn. It's just a matter of time. It could be, again, I don't know about all the buyout. I don't know how all that stuff works, but we could talk about dominoes falling, but I think everyone on this panel knows there is no way that the Brooklyn Nets are going to have Kyrie be their guy and then KD move on. I don't think Kyrie wants that. I don't think the Nets want that, and KD is already expressed that he's ready to move on.
Yeah, I would be shocked if Kyrie Irving is on this roster opening day. Kyrie Irving's right behind him. He's going to be right behind Kevin Durant out the door. What's going to be interesting to see is the different haul that they get for both of those guys. You know, you could talk about, Woj said half the teams in the league have already called. Well, half teams in the league don't have the assets to get Kevin Durant. And it's an interesting thing. Of course, you're going to pick the phone up. Let's be honest about how many teams actually have the young pieces that you need and the ceiling of those pieces, plus picks to even entertain a package for Kevin Durant. Now you're down to a handful, and then from that handful, Kevin Durant's got his preferences, and it sounds like the Nets are going to try to acquiesce to him and make it happen for him where he wants to end up if they can get back what they need. So now you're down to 2 or 3 teams, realistically, that have a chance to get Kevin Durant.
Yeah, we're sitting here talking about Kyrie Irving. And,
forest trees.
And relitigating who's at fault for the Nets and talking about Steve Nash and Kenny Anderson and Sean Martin. Forget all that. Kevin Durant is available to be traded. This is Kevin Durant, one of the 15 best players in the history of the NBA at worst. A guy who was the front runner for MVP for the first 2 months of last season, like yesterday. A guy who Perk said gave everything he had to the Nets, played 48 minutes, played overtime, all that stuff when no one else around him was giving everything to the Nets. His trade swings the entire, not just balance of power, the entire structure of the league is going to change when a guy of that magnitude gets traded. That's the main story.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.